All right, welcome back to the Seattle House Mafia super secret headquarters. Today we're doing something a little bit different. I have my good friend, fellow martial arts enthusiast, and renowned local artist, John DeMars with me. How are you, John?
Hey, doing great, man. Great to be here in the
Good
man
to see
cave.
you. Yeah. I'm glad you got to check it out. It's your first time here,
Beautiful
right?
space, yep.
Thank you, yeah. And let's just get the business stuff out of the way first. So you have a show coming up on the 21st, and we're actually doing some music collaboration at the show, but can you tell us a little bit about what's happening?
Yeah, man, super excited. Downtown Seattle, Thursday, September 21st, Pixel Rhythm, and it's a art dance party / Italian cuisine night, 6:30 to 10:30. You can get tickets online at eventbrite.com. We'll put the link in with the show.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Very cool. So you're hitting all the senses, basically.
Exactly. Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah.
Very cool. And then you also have a charity and an auction element going on right now, right?
Yeah, so pretty cool. A couple weeks ago, I had already set up the show and got approached by Clinton Ferron, who's a renowned Seattle reggae artist. And he asked if I would do a portrait. And we're putting it up for auction where 50% of the proceeds from the sale are going to go to the Maui Strong Foundation.
Very cool.
To help the people from the wildfires out there.
Is there sort of a theme about the show? Like, is there a certain style of art that you're going to be showing there? What's happening there?
Most of the pieces that I'll be hanging are of my new PXLSM series. And this piece right here, the Clinton Ferron, is the most recently completed piece of that series.
Yeah, no, that's great. That's interesting. And actually, the first time I got to view this art that you did was a few years back. You had a show, and it was actually really funny because I didn't even know you were an artist, and we were training together, had a spirited roll on the mats, choked me out good, and then as you were leaving, you said, "Hey, you're going to come to my show?" And I'm like, "What do you mean show?" And then you explained to me that you're actually an artist, and my wife and I went to your show, loved your work. People were going crazy for the pixel art, or pixelism. I want to make sure I hit it right. Pixelism?
Either way. Okay. Yeah.
I mean, that
Pixelism,
seemed like, there's great stuff there, but it just seemed like people were just magnets to that particular style. So it gets a lot of attention, right?
Yeah, that was fun. That was the first time I showed that style. And honestly, like when I first created those pieces, the first one was of Malcolm X, and I had no idea if it was even going to work. So when I make these, I use palette paper from a normal painting that usually gets thrown in the garbage, and I was like saving them up, knowing I was going to do something with them eventually because they had like this crazy rich texture of oil paint, like permanent oil paint. I was like, okay, I got to use this. And I cut them into 1-inch squares, and that got glued to canvas and became the Pixelism. It's
a entirely different experience from a distance than when you walk up really close to it and you see the texture and the depth, and each piece is very different. It's super cool.
Thanks,
super
man.
Cool stuff. Yeah. So let's talk about where some of this came from. I mean, were you an artist as a kid? How did all this stuff start?
I don't know what's wrong with me, man. I think I have too much energy. There's a lot of areas in my life, but I feel like art has always been something that I gravitate to, especially if I've been really active with work, with training. It seems to ground me. It's almost like a meditation.
Okay.
And I feel like it's instinctual too, where I need it. I need to have it pretty regularly throughout my life, throughout my weeks.
Or you start to feel a little off kilter?
Yeah, something's missing. Definitely. It's like food, water, sex, sleep, and then maybe training, but art's in there too.
Yeah.
For sure.
I don't know if I'd want to deal with you at the dojo if you're feeling a little off kilter. You're already a handful. Yeah, no, that's super interesting. So for you, it just came. It came. There wasn't like a conscious decision. There wasn't a moment. There wasn't a specific event. It's just always been something that you've done in some capacity.
I don't know when it started exactly. Growing up, I definitely had a lot of exposure to art. My brother and sister are both musicians.
Okay.
Yeah, it'd be like 7th birthday, and I really wanted socks, but my mom got me paintbrushes. Thanks, Mom.
That's great.
But yeah, it's been kind of a theme throughout my life. And then as I got older, I think I just started studying it more on my own and learning about great painters throughout time and kind of what they did, what they achieved, and how they got there. And
so no formal training.
No, I went to school for business, and I think it's always been just like an outlet, but something that I've been very like obsessed with at the same time. Yeah.
Well, no, I'm super excited for the show. I'm excited to collaborate with you. I think it's going to be an amazing time. Again, Thursday night, Pixel Rhythm is the name. It's a one night only event. September 21st, 2023, Pixel Rhythm, John DeMars.
Yeah. Well, thanks so much for having me here. I really appreciate
Thanks
it.
for coming through.
Hope everybody makes it to the show.
Yeah, for sure. All right. Take care, John.
Thanks, man.